When most people think about retirement, they think about one number. How much money do I need to retire? But that is not the real question you should be asking. The real question is, how do you turn your savings into reliable income that lasts throughout your retirement? Because retirement is not defined by how much money you have, it's defined by how your life is supported once your paycheck stops. At that point, your assets have to be converted into income, and that conversion introduces new challenges, like inflation, market volatility, and the need for income to last for an unknown period of time. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through three things: how retirement income actually works, why no single retirement income tool can solve everything, and how to use a blend of guaranteed income and variable income to create a more resilient financial plan. Hi, I'm Greg DuPont. I'm a certified financial planner, attorney, and founder of Advocate Wealth Solutions. If you've ever wondered things like, how do I make sure I don't outlive my money? What is the best retirement income strategy? Or should I rely on annuities or investments? Then this video is for you. But before I dive deeper into anything, I need you to shift your mindset a bit. During your working years, the primary job of money is growth. You earn income from labor. Your portfolio can grow in the background. And if markets are volatile, you may not care that much because you're still earning a paycheck and still contributing. Time is on your side. But in retirement, that changes. Now your portfolio is no longer just something you grow. It becomes something you depend on. That is why retirement income planning is fundamentally different than accumulation planning. So the question isn't just how big is the account? The question is, what job does each dollar need to do? I want you to keep in mind that retirement income is a function, not just a number. In retirement, your income usually has to do three different jobs. First, provide reliable income for essential expenses. Second, provide flexible income for discretionary spending. And third, provide some growth-oriented income to help preserve purchasing power over time. Housing, utilities, food, healthcare, and insurance are not optional. Those bills do not pause just because the market is down. Income for those expenses needs to be dependable. But not every expense works that way. Travel, entertainment, hobbies, and other lifestyle spending are often flexible. That part of retirement income can usually tolerate some variability. And then there's inflation. Even if your income feels fine on day one of your retirement, it may not feel fine 15 to 20 years later if your plan has not built growth into it. So right away, you can see the problem. You're asking for retirement income to do multiple jobs at the same time. And that's exactly why one tool cannot do everything well. So if you're Googling things like, what is the best retirement income strategy, or what's the best product, that's the wrong question to be asking. Because retirement income involves competing requirements: reliability, flexibility, growth, and durability. Tools that do one of those jobs well usually involve trade-offs in the others. For example, a tool that gives you certainty may give you less flexibility. A tool that gives you more growth may give you more volatility. A tool that gives you guaranteed income may limit your control or liquidity. That is not a flaw. That's just how financial tools are designed. So instead of asking what is best, a better question is, what am I trying to solve? What are my goals? That's a much more useful way to think about retirement income planning. So with that in mind, let's get to some of the strategies and tools that are out there. Remember, I'm not recommending anything specifically for you in your situation. The goal of this video is to simply educate you on your options. Most retirement income plans I design for my clients rely on some combination of four primary tools: guaranteed income, bonds, dividends, and systematic withdrawals. In practical terms, guaranteed income is strongest when you want reliability and longevity protection, but often comes with less flexibility once it's established. Bonds can offer more stability than stocks, but they still face issues like interest rate sensitivity and reinvestment risk. Dividends may provide income plus some growth exposure, which can help with inflation, but they're still tied to market conditions. And systematic withdrawals give you flexibility, but they are directly affected by market performance and timing, including sequence return risk. Again, no single tool wins every single category. Each one does a different job and introduces a different trade-off. This leads to a very important takeaway. Blended retirement income strategies are common, because trade-offs are unavoidable. Blended approaches allow essential expenses to be supported with higher reliability, discretionary spending to remain adaptable, growth exposure to be maintained intentionally, and risks to be allocated rather than concentrated. For example, maybe your essential expenses are covered by guaranteed income sources. Then maybe your discretionary spending is supported by more flexible portfolio withdrawals. And part of the portfolio remains growth-oriented to help preserve purchasing power over time. That does not mean the plan is more complicated for the sake of being complicated. It means each part of the plan has a purpose. So next time you meet with a financial advisor, make sure the conversation starts with your goals and your concerns, not specific tools. It shifts the conversation away from hype and toward design. Instead of asking, what should I buy? Start by asking, what expenses absolutely must be covered? Where can I be flexible? How much market exposure am I comfortable with? How do I preserve purchasing power? And how do I reduce the chance of being forced into bad decisions during market downturns? That's what real retirement income planning looks like. So again, if you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Retirement income is not about finding one perfect tool. It's about building a system that supports essential expenses, a system that preserves flexibility, a system that addresses inflation, and a system that acknowledges trade-offs instead of ignoring them. Because in retirement, success is not measured by having the highest return. It's measured by whether your income is sustainable, whether your lifestyle is supported, and whether you can move through retirement with confidence. If you found this video helpful, please share it with a friend who could use this information, and leave a comment with the biggest retirement income question you have right now. If you want to learn more about building a retirement income plan that fits your situation, reach out to my team at 614-408-0004. Be well.